Welcome back, guys. We're here with the sales on eBay. 14 or 15 sales going out. Quite a good mix of stuff. My wife pulled all the orders, so super thankful for that. Saves me a little bit of time, so we can get the video done and get packed up and then get to listen more of the junk that we have in this this eBay store. Please let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments. We're trying to get to as many as we can. Hopefully there'll be a question answered at the back of this video. And let's kind of get into it and go over what's sold. So first off, we have 24 of the TV series. There's like, I don't know, 7 or 8 seasons, 9 seasons, something. I have them all, but I showed you a couple on the screen. You'll see them. So those for 80 shipped. I got like every season but 2 of them or something like that in a big buy from Storage Unit Guy. And I ended up ordering the other 2 to make it a complete set because they were cheap enough. And then it sold for $80 shipped. So a lot of times with these TV series now, if I find a TV series and I can buy either a replacement disc or 1 season to complete it, I'm starting to do that more just so I can get a little bit more money for the completed set. So that was a good buy. We have all these little Kenmore. There's 3 bucket little containers of these. You'll see them on the screen. They're like attachments and stuff for a Kenmore sewing machine or something like that. I got them all from Storage Unit Guy as well. They sold for $36 on sale for the 3 boxes. It's probably going to cost about 10 or 12 to ship them out, maybe a little more. They're not the lightest when you put them all together, but they were just thrown in my pile. Ended up making a few bucks on them. Definitely stoked about that. Did sell some Irish Setter boots. They're definitely not perfect shape, but I actually know some people don't mind that. They just really like boots that have a little bit of wear. To me, that's a little bit odd. I guess they're worn in, so maybe a comfort level, but these sold for a best offer of $50. They're definitely not in perfect shape. You can kind of see they have some scuffs, some marks on them. The soles are still good, which is good, but they sold for $50 on a best offer. I got them in a big Storage Unit Guy buy as well. We have a Bugs Bunny hat. This sold for $25. It says no thanks on it. A little strap back one. Maybe it sold because of the Space Jam trailer or whatever that came out. I'm not sure, but $25 for a used hat. That's why I buy hats, is because every once in a while you find one that's going to sell it, and I probably spent $1 on that. So pretty good. Here's a little Winnie the Pooh gift set. Got this for $2 at a garage sale. I almost didn't grab it. It was brand new. Ended up selling for $25 and some change. It will go over £1, so $8 to $10 to ship it out. We spent $2 on it, so we're gonna make maybe $10 or so. Again, I almost didn't pick it up. Saw that it was new. It was Disney Winnie the Pooh. I'm like, whatever, we'll grab it. It's hard to pass up brand new Disney, but for $2 we sold it for $25. Scrubs are something that I used to sell all the time. One time I bought a huge box full of scrubs. Each unit was 50 cents a piece, and I just made a bunch of little lots, and we did so well on that. That was years and years ago. Now when I find them, I always have to like kind of cherry pick them because people want $4 or $5 per scrub, which can be worth it if they're for your own use, but for resale you got to be a little careful. This is like a July 4th one. It's like a frog on there, but it's got like, you know, the Americana, I guess, theme is what it would be. But this one sold for, I think, $18 shipped for this one little 3X scrub. I will say on the scrubs, the bigger the size, and then if you can find something with a nice theme, it seems to sell a little bit better in my opinion. A Polaroid 1, this is a little camera here. Pop it open. This guy sold for like $17 shipped. He does work. He seems to do okay, but he'll probably ship in a padded flat rate. We're not going to make a ton on him, but he was $1. I grabbed him with a bunch of Polaroids that day. Grabbed them all for $1 each, and some of the other ones did better, but he did sell. A little cookbook going out. Better Homes new cookbook. This is like a selections. They're sold for $7 just for this little paperback. A lot of the Better Homes cookbooks that look like this, the spiral bound or the little hardcover binder ones, some of them are worth $20, $25, so keep an eye out. We also sold more deodorant. 2 little packs here. Each pack is a pack of 2. We sold 2 packs of 2. They go for $22 shipped. They ship out first class. We spent $6 and some change on these at a little discount store, and we sold, you know, another set, 2 sets for $22 shipped. Probably costs around $5 something to ship them out, so we're in them for $11, $12, and then we sell 22. We make like $7 or $8, maybe $9, depending if they're going close every time we sell them. So we make a little more than doubling up, but we're selling multi-quantity, and I'm definitely happy with that. I hope I can sell more because I have some more left. I'll probably go to the discount store. If we sell a couple more sets of these pretty soon, I'll go back to the store. They were running out, but I'll see what else they have. We sold a Rush album. This Rush album right here sold for $36. Not in perfect shape. You probably can see some of it, but there's some wear. It's definitely not ideal. But I sold it kind of in acceptable condition, and it sold for $36, which is pretty good. I mean, most of the records you find will not go anywhere near $30-something. So if you are going to go out and buy them, just be careful because a lot of them are worth nothing. And if they do sell, it's going to take a long time. I got a lot of the better artists and better bands and stuff like that. So some of mine have sold a little bit better for more money and quicker. I would say that that's very not the norm for buying and selling records. I wouldn't encourage you to go buy them unless you've done some research or you're getting them for absolutely like nothing, because you can really end up with a bunch of stuff that's just never going to sell and just a waste of time. And condition means so much. This is a little set of Ford manuals from 1970. They sold for, I think, 32 shipped as well. They're going to go out medium mail. This is from the big $500 manual buy from, it's almost been 2 years now, a year and a half. Since we had those 2 years, I don't know. But we sold through most of the manuals, but we have a good amount left, and they periodically sell with the sale prices we're running. This one sold for $31 shipped, which is still pretty good for little 3-volume manual there. And lastly, guys, the best sale, the one you've all been waiting for. This was a $30 item, and it sold for $200, as is for parts. Here it is. This is a Canon, I forgot the Zoom 814, that's what it is. And it does, here's a little handle you can kind of pull down there. So this guy right here is a pretty valuable one. If you know it works, you can actually sell this for, I want to say $300 to $400 is really reasonable, and maybe even more than that depending on how good of a condition it's in. So keep that in mind. This is the camera to be on the lookout for. I went to an estate sale. I knew nothing about it. I just saw it. It looked and felt heavy. It looked nice. I was a Canon. I'm like, I'm going to look that one up. I saw sold comps like 100 and something shipped for it. For parts, but they were auctioned, and I'm like, okay, I already know, I have an idea now what it's worth. Didn't want to spend too much time looking at my phone because obviously that's an awkward situation at the sale. Asked the lady what she wanted. She goes, will you make me an offer? And I'm like, honestly, I'm not sure. I'm like, what about $25? Because I'm like, well, I don't know how good of condition it is, and she wasn't sure if it worked. She said, I was thinking 30. That's what we wanted to list it for. Can you do 30? And I said, you know what? I'll do 30. And it ended up being worth even more than that. I sold mine by it now for $200. So probably could have offered her a little bit more, but she did say that's the price she was hoping to get for it anyway. So can't complain that we paid her that much, and we got $30 for that. So spent $30, sold it for $200. Shipping will probably be, I don't know, $13, $14. It'll probably go FedEx. It's pretty heavy. It's a little bigger. I have a case for it, which I will include, but the case is not in perfect shape. It's not in the listing. I didn't because it's not in great shape, but I'll use it for some extra support, and we'll go ahead and ship it out. But that was the cool sale of today. $200, spent 30. Something definitely to keep an eye out for if you're at an estate sale or something like that. And guys, that's all we have right now. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully there'll be some more. So guys, I sold this. One more thing I didn't get to show you guys. I forgot to grab it. I just listed it last night. It is a guitar catalog. So it's only about this big. It shows different guitars by this brand. I just wasn't going to list it at first. It was in that big recent book buy we had, and I was like, probably not worth anything. Almost threw it in the donate pile, and then I was like, well, let me just double check. Sure enough, some of them were selling for like 5 plus shipping. I listed mine for 15 shipped, and it sold overnight. So I really can't complain. I should have probably listed it higher because maybe it would have done a little better, but I can't complain. $15 on something I almost tossed out. I'm happy about that. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next clip with what sells tomorrow, Thursday. Take care. Hey everyone, final sales from Wednesday. 2 more came through. One is a little calculator here. It's a Real Estate Master 2X. The case is kind of rough, but it does work. It sold for $10 and some change. Some of those real estate or business calculators have some value. Some do even better than that, and obviously condition can help as well. But I'd probably pick some of those up. You can get them for $1 or $2. Might be worth your time. And then we sold some Louis L'Amour's leatherettes, is what they call them. These are the leather Louis L'Amour by Bantam books. He's a Western author. I've sold some paperback lots before. Some of you may have seen that. I know some of you mentioned in the comments you were actually building your own Louis L'Amour lot, which is great because they do sell if you can get enough of them. I actually went to the sale just recently that I bought my last Louis L'Amour lot. They have a big rummage sale, but they didn't have any this time, so I was kind of bummed. But either way, these ones I got from the Hirsch buy. These 5 sold for $30 on their own. I had made up 3 lots. One big lot that's over $100 and something. I think one lot for $50 or $60, and then this is the smallest little lot that sold for $30 because we had a lot of duplicates in there. But if you can find these leatherettes, you don't want to pay a ton for them unless you're getting a complete set, which can go for $400, $500, $600, $700 if it's depending on the condition and what the market is at that point. But even 5 ones that are not in perfect shape here, these ones are definitely not mint. they got 30 bucks, so $6 a book. So it might be something to keep an eye out for. 30 shipped on those. They'll go medium mail. The little guy, 10 something, he'll go out first class for a couple bucks, $4, something like that. So that's all I got for you guys. And I'm going to pop a photo on the screen here of my wife and I, my two kids, well, two of my kids. My older son, Zane, he's not here in the photo, but this is an Easter photo. Some people have wanted to see the family or whatever, and I wanted to make sure I show you guys, so hopefully you saw that. Hey guys, welcome back with the sales for Thursday. Great day here. A lot of different stuff going out. Super pleased with it. Also have a couple pending items with offers out, so we'll see if we get a couple more to show you guys. And yeah, definitely just a good mix. Super happy. The weekend's almost here. Garage sales are coming, so that's always exciting and fun. And we got to make room for the new stuff that we're going to buy, because we always buy stuff we have a problem. But either way, let's go ahead and get into it, guys, and go over what else sold. First off, a yearbook sold overnight. This is Alder or something like that. Falcon is I guess they're the Falcons there, from 1968, so a bit older. I got about 20 yearbooks all from this same junior high school. And junior high yearbooks usually are not as good of sellers as high school ones. But I got 20 of them or so. Some of them are a little bit rough with water damage, probably 3 or 4. I listed like 15 or so already, and one sold right away for the best offer of 30 bucks, which is a great deal. We got them from the storage unit guy. We bought a bunch of stuff for, I think, $3.50. We've already got one yearbook selling for 30. Even if we could average 20 bucks a sale, we're going to make quite a bit of our money back just on the yearbooks. I also have a guy who messaged me asking if he's in 2 of the other yearbooks, or asking if a certain person is in those yearbooks. So we'll check. If they are, I'll let him know. Sometimes that can generate a sale as well with the yearbooks. I will say every once in a while someone wants me to take a clear photo and blow it up or whatever for them. I don't do that. If they want to know if their person's in there, I'll check. I'm not going to take a photo and send it to you. That's not going to work, unfortunately. Unless there was some kind of super sob story, maybe I would. But the average person, I'll let you know if the person's in there, but I'm not going to take a bunch of photos for you. But that's all for 30 bucks shipped. This is a Jason Kidd jersey, New Jersey Nets. This one sold for 50 bucks on the best offer. It was at 59 on sale. Someone offered 50. We got it. That was a Facebook Marketplace buy. The guy had a bunch of Wrangler rodeo shirts, like the Pearl Snap Westerns. As I was scrolling through that post and I messaged him about it, I looked at his other items, found out he had a couple of jerseys posted, went there, bought a bunch of the Western stuff, and bought 3 Jason Kidd jerseys, and they sold for so far 2 have sold, I think, for one for 60, one for 50, and then the next one should go for about 60, and we spent like 40 bucks on all 3 of them, so pretty good deal. Some New Balance 608 V3s. These are like a size 15 and a 4E, so like an extra wide. These sold for 50 bucks on the best offer. Pretty good shape there. They were $5 at a garage sale. Bigger size, but I knew eventually when they did sell, I could get a pretty good price for them because, it's a bigger size, harder to find, not as many listings of it. Sold a Riverside Sheriff, kind of an old vintage hat here. Got this for 50 cents at a rummage sale. Sold for a best offer of 16 bucks. We had a blue one, I think, that may have sold already, but this one finally sold for 16. Also sold a pair of Coach shoes. These are for my friend. I think I already gave her some money. She gave me these. She needed some money, so I gave her the money up front. They ended up selling for $83, though. They'll cost like 10 bucks to ship out, something like that. You'll see on the screen. So that one's one that sold. I don't know a lot about Coach, but they are authentic. She has the receipt and everything for it, so that was a pretty good deal there for her, at least. Gardenista. This is one of the books that we got from the newer book buy. This one sold for 23 shipped. Probably going to cost 4 something to ship it out. It's a little bit heavier, but it's books, guys. I know they're not as exciting, but there is money in some of them. 23 bucks, and that's on eBay. I probably should switch over to Amazon with my books. I guess I just know eBay so well. That's my platform. That's just what I do. But it's probably about time to transition a little bit so we can make a couple other sales on a different platform. Another pair of New Balances. These are more like almost Vans, but these little New Balances here sold for 30 bucks on a best offer. They were 3 bucks at a garage sale. They have a little bit of wear, some scuffs, some marks, but definitely look pretty nice. Good for like a skater or something like that. They have that kind of style. They sold for $30. We sold some Starbucks mugs. These are the S ones. A bunch of these little white embossed Starbucks mugs have different letters on them. I sold the big ones already. I got a whole priority box full of them for 10 bucks. There's 3 of these S ones, and they sold for a best offer of 30. They were listed at like 35 or 36. Someone offered 30. They will cost 10 or 12 to ship out. We'll bubble wrap them, put them in a little small box that we have, and then put all those boxes in a bigger box, and they'll ship out okay. But 30 bucks on those. I think we sold the 4 big ones for 60 bucks or 65, and we have 2 sets left that will probably go for, I don't know, one for 20, 25, and then one maybe for 40 or so. So going to be quite a good deal on Starbucks mugs. Not all of them are worth money, but keep an eye out. Some Starbucks stuff does really well. Sold some media. The Utopia Anthology sold for $11 and some change for that one on sale. Same with this one, Richie Blackmore's Rainbow. I don't think that sold somewhere around the same price as well for a CD. This is one of my first items that I actually picked up as a reseller back in Florida. It is this little fairy tale and fables or fairy stories or whatever. It's from like 1890, something super old. Didn't know much about reselling then. Obviously, I thought old had some value. It was like $1 at a estate sale or something like that. So I grabbed it. I'm like, oh, it's got to be worth something. I think it finally sold for like 10 or 15 bucks shipped. It was actually in Florida when I went there for my brother's wedding. And I was going through a bunch of my stuff to send back here to California. And I found this, and I'm like, I'm going to list this when I get to back to California. And it's been in storage for a while, but I finally listed it, and it did sell. So someone gets one of my first little buys there. It wasn't that great, but hey, it still sold. Sold some old Barbies. They all don't have any clothes on. That wasn't my doing. That was just how they came. They were in a big toy bundle. I sold them for $35 shipped on a best offer. Happy to get those. You can sell Barbies, and sometimes the clothes actually have even more value, to be honest with you, depending on what they are. But got $35 for those. They'll ship out. I don't know. Maybe you'll squeeze them in a padded flat rate, but I don't think so. Either way, even if they ship out for $10, I'm happy to see them go. And then we sold a Sony little power cord for $10, 9 something and some change. Not a whole lot, but it'll just bubble wrap up like this, put it in a bubble mailer, and it'll go out first class. And then I think we have 2 items left, guys. Scorpions Tokyo tapes. This cassette right here sold for $20. So not all cassettes are worth money, and in fact, most are not worth money. But with that said, some are worth your time. $20 for a little cassette there. And then something you may not have thought to pick up, because I wasn't even sure why I picked it up. These Ruby eraser tips. They were sitting at a sale. I think they were $1 or $2. They're basically full. I'm like, I'll just pick them up. Who knows? Maybe they have some value. They didn't have a barcode to scan, so I knew they were probably a little bit older, at least made in USA. They ended up selling for like 20 something shipped or something like that. Again, $2 in. They'll go in a padded flat rate because they're over £1, but made a few bucks on some little eraser tips. I guess that's not too bad. So I think that's everything, guys, that I have to show you. I don't think I have any other sales that I've missed, but of course, if something else does sell, I'll be sure to let you guys know. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the feedback as always, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Good luck at the garage sales. Hey everyone, final sale for Thursday. I had one more sale come through. Masters, shouldn't be dangling it like that. Masters of the Universe, a bunch of little comics. I don't know how many are in here. You'll see on the screen. We sold a little batch before. We had some duplicates. They sold for like 20 or 25 shipped. This little bundle had listed at 75. Someone sent me a message and said, hey, don't mean to lowball you, but if you'll take $60, I'll take them. If not, I understand. Thought the message was super fair, reasonable. The person was trying to be cool. Figured, hey, let's just go ahead and give it to him and get it out of here. So I sold it for $60. Probably will still go first class even. It really doesn't weigh a whole lot. So nice little sale. These were actually from a big bundle I had bought of a like programs from different baseball and sports events, comics, Mad magazines. It was just a huge bundle of just random magazines, comics, paper products, and everything. I think I spent 50 or 55 bucks on the whole box. Maybe 2 boxes worth, really. And this one little piece kind of pays for everything. We've already sold a bunch of stuff from there, too. So nothing wrong with that. $60. And I'll see you guys in the next video with what sells this weekend. Take care.